sports fans, ASMR Sports. Back at you and trying to get organized here. Alright, tonight is Wednesday, the 25th of May. And it was a good sports night tonight after a pretty bad one a couple nights ago. Although yesterday Dallas did win finally a game against the Golden State Warriors. Tonight the Celtics won yet again, and they're now in a 3-2 lead, so they've got one more game to win and they can head to the finals of the NBA championships this year. The Yankees also won a pretty close game against the Orioles to take that series 2-1, which is good, because before their last two wins, they were on like a 3-game losing streak. Today, let me show you a little bit what I got. Over here is a stack of cards that I've been pulling out of monster boxes like this thing. And this monster box you see before you is the last one. I've got a bunch more on the shelves. This is probably the most anybody's seen of the card dungeon. But see, all those monster boxes are filled. And there's actually some below there. If you see, like behind those big cardboard boxes where I've got shipping materials. So I have a lot of monster boxes full of miscellaneous cards, and what I've been doing is going through all the baseball ones looking for either, well, 3 different things I'm looking for, so I can make some repack products. They're going to be like pretty cheap. I'm looking for one, what I'm calling a superstar. This would be kind of like, Judge, Ohtani, Soto, Acuna would be the top guys, but also I'm pulling like, well, let's just see. Well, okay, that's one category is superstars. Another category of guys I'm pulling out are Hall of Famers. There's a lot of cards of retired players and Hall of Famers in modern products. So I'm pulling all those out, and I'm going to mix them with like older cards from the 80s or maybe from the 70s of a lot of Hall of Fame players and put those in another product. And then the third type of card I'm pulling out of these boxes, monster boxes, is like rookie cards of what I will call somewhat established major leaguers. So like Cedric Mullins is a good example. Last year he had a, bang up year, and he's kind of turned himself into a pretty high quality starting outfielder in the major leagues. I'm pulling out rookies of guys like him, but also more new guys. Like here's a Bobby Delbeck rookie. He's a really good young player for the Red Sox. And like here's another example is Hunter Green, 2021 Bowman. Or these 2022, God, I can't even, 2021 these are. And Jordan Groshans, like both of these guys are, pretty highly rated, like top 10 on their teams prospect list. So rookies, who are decent caliber, and then prospect cards or first Bowman cards of guys I'm pulling out. So here's Randy Johnson. I would pull him out because he's a Hall of Famer. These are all cards that I've pulled out of these monster boxes, so I'll explain. And these are all, looks like Bowman's best. So Josh Donaldson, I don't know if I pull out, like, if there's like a paper, like a flagship card of his, but if it's like a chromium card, I'll pull it out as a superstar. Freddie Freeman is another guy. Wow, talk about redundancy. Adames is a guy that I pulled out because he's a rookie and he's pretty dang good. Harrison Bader, same thing. Giancarlo Stanton is he's a superstar, and then like DeGrom and Noah Syndergaard and like Rizzo, I'm actually pulling out, not for inclusion in any of these three categories, but friend of the show, Hudson, is a fan of his, so I've been pulling those out, and we'll ship those out in due course. But Votto is another guy who, you know, kind of quietly dominates offensively. Flaherty is a pull because a rookie. Scherzer and Verlander I'm pulling out because they're just kind of some of the biggest name pitchers. Yelich, kind of having a bit of a comeback year this year, but in the past has been a megastar. Rookie card, and there's Verlander, Syndergaard, as previously mentioned. So you kind of see the sorts of guys I'm pulling out, and I've just got a ton of stuff, meeting this description of these three categories. And I've only got actually one row of this box, this last monster box, to go through, so I'm going to go through that on this video. So like Yelich, I wouldn't necessarily pull out like a paper card like this, but if it was a chrome card, I might pull that out. Like Abreu is a really good player, but I haven't been pulling his stuff out. Rendon, what happened to this guy? Like, he was like just so freaking dominant. When he was with the Nationals, and then he got signed, I think, by the Angels. I think he was like a free agent, and decent. Looks like he was not playing that much though. Well, that was 2020, so that would have been the COVID shortened season. I don't know if you played most or all of 2021. You Angels fans will have to let me know. So I feel like he's not even on the Angels now, or he's not been playing, I should say, for the Angels this year. I feel like I would have heard about it, but man, he was just so good for the Nationals, and I kind of haven't heard about him for a long time. But now that the Angels are doing well, I got to imagine, he would be pretty valuable to have if he's healthy. It's like Paul Goldschmidt, I have not been pulling. He's definitely one of those guys that has had some crazy good years. But Mookie Betts, I'm definitely pulling. He's looking like he's gonna have a bang up year. Like, these rookies are kind of like not so great, so I'm not gonna pull those guys. Heston Kjerstad's, I think, pretty good, but I won't pull him. So Lou Bob I'll pull out as I don't know if I could call him a superstar yet, but he's kind of somewhere between a superstar and a, not really a prospect because he's not a rookie, but I don't know. I'm just saying he's getting a lot of hobby attention, so I'll pull him out as a superstar. But a lot of the cards I've been going through are from like 2018, 19. And 2020, so not a ton of Lou Bobs in the stuff that I've been going through. Looks like here in this box, the cards I'm going through right now are like a stretch of Bowman 2021. Oh, here we have some Prism. That's interesting. If that Chavis was like a rookie, I would pull that out. Since he's a fairly decent player. Javier Baez, I feel like 3 years ago I would pull this stuff out, but I can't remember who he's playing for these days, but it's not the Cubs. He's not really getting a whole lot of hobby love, and a bunch of heritage, some tops. So Verlander base, I'll probably pull out that guy. He's having a good year this year after some injuries last year. Roberts, Yankees, star pitcher, relief pitcher. So I don't know, this Topps flagship really gets kind of boring. I always am excited when I hit like a patch of cards in these monster boxes. It's like Bowman's Best, or it's, I don't know, like Prism Baseball, or just something that's kind of, you know, kind of chromium quality and a little more pizzazz to it. There's a bunch of Bowman chromes. So Goose Gossage is in the Hall of Fame, but I've been actually selective about who I've been pulling for the Hall of Fame, so kind of the borderline guys I don't always pull, but it's like definitely focused on the big guys like Aaron and Mays and Mantle and, you know, Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, even the old guys have cards. And Santander, man, this guy's been going to town on the Yankees in their series with the Orioles. Thankfully that's over, so Winfield I'll pull out, and Ted Williams I'll pull out. I kind of want the Hall of Famers I include in these repack products. So Pete Alonso, I think I've started to pull his stuff out in the last couple of monster boxes I've gone through, because he is having a really good year, for which I am excited, because I have some really pretty nice cards of him that are graded. I have like a 2017 Heritage Miners CJ Crone. Theoretically could be pulled out. This guy's going to town this year as well. But yeah, his stuff is just not very valuable. He's kind of one of those guys like, I don't know, Jim Thome, I think, like just a lot of home runs, and I'll pull out that Judge, even though it's not a base card, it's like a home run derby card. But he's a big enough star. So Arenado I've been pulling out. He's having kind of an off year, I think. So anyways, you should have a pretty good sense of the kinds of cards I'm pulling out for these packs. And my idea, I think, is to like basically do like 10 card packs, maybe 12 card packs. Oh man, where did you go, Aristides Aquino? There was a time when that guy's cards were certainly good to have. My plan is to do Devin Williams. I'm not sure how he's doing this year. I think last year he was like dominant, but it's a rookie card, so I'm gonna pull that out. My plan is to do like 10 or 12 card packs for this kind of looks like a SP, but I know it's not, because I feel like I've had this instinct before and I was wrong. So the code on here, as you can see, actually can't see, ends in 588. So then I just like look at the next card and see if it's the same, and if it is, it's not. Yeah, so all the base cards, and then 588. If it ends in something else, it's a SP or something special. But anyways, 10 to 12 cards, rookie bits, for like $1.99, I think is what I'm gonna try to do for all of these. So here's some kind of fun colored Prism cards. Hopefully, there's a Verlander, Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer, Clayton Kershaw. So yeah, I mean, so that's like, I don't know what that, it depends on how many cards I put in, but it's like, you know, 20 cents a card if I do 10 for $2. And I think that's, you know, pretty good value for 10 like Hall of Famers, or 10 superstar cards, or 10 rookie / prospects. What I'm gonna pull this Cody Bellinger. He's theoretically capable of having a good year, but he's kind of gone down a little say I have some kind of better, like higher end cards than what, would normally be in these monster boxes. That I'm going to go through, I think, on this video. Altuve I've been pulling out. Alright, I'm going to go turn that off. That's a dehumidifier. Alright, much better. I always forget to turn that off before I start recording, which is a fatal error. Cabrera. Alek Manoah. I'm gonna put him in for like rookie prospect category, because he's really good, and that card that pull was from a set that was before he was in the majors. So in fact, I believe he was a rookie in 2021. So pretty much the only cards where he's not a rookie or a prospect would be 22. So let's talk about this guy. I've noticed a couple of cards. Jake Sanford, a Yankee, former Yankee prospect. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but this guy got released by the Yankees because he was apparently stealing memorabilia, like bats and balls and jerseys and stuff that belonged to players, or I guess probably the team too, and like selling them for money. And he was also apparently like on Facebook groups selling stuff to people that he never gave to them. So he's basically scamming people. And I don't know, when I hear something like that, I'm like, that has like drug addict written all over it. I mean, that seems to be like the prototypical behavior of a drug addict who has to have money for buying drugs, and they'll kind of be desperate about how they get it. So I'm guessing there's probably some connection to substance abuse with this guy. But 105th overall pick, round 3 in 2019, and now he's gone from the Yankees. He could get picked up by somebody else, but I feel like he's possibly going to have to deal with the justice system if he in fact was like stealing stuff from people. We got one more little batch of Bowman here from 2019, something or other. I guess this would be 2019 Bowman, since it's got chrome and paper cards in it. So Nolan Gorman, I'll pull out. Look at that, Alek Manoah, first Bowman. That's pretty cool. Just a paper, but still a good rookie card of a really great pitcher. If you guys know anything about my sort of predilections in the hobby, I love unopened stuff, and in particular, I really like, I don't know, I have probably much more modern stuff than non-modern, but my preference is, older. I think my personal sort of preference is like older wax, like, 80s stuff, or, early 90s, early to mid 90s, or even late 90s at this point could be considered, antique, because it's like over 25 years old, or over 20 years old at least. Anyways, I don't really have a lot of great opportunities to buy older stuff, except for the occasional like box or two that you've seen me do, box or mail days for. sometimes I'll see a thing on Facebook, someone will be selling something, and it seems like a good deal, so I pick that up. Sometimes Baseball Card Exchange, they have a weekly special, and every Friday they have a pretty nice deal on something or other that's, almost always a older product, since that's the kind of their, these are first editions. I'll take out Tristan Cassis. I'll take out Brendan Davis, he's pretty good too. So anyways, I don't buy a ton. Like, I wish I had some way to source, local deals, finding people who have, collections of older wax products, which, typically it's like former dealers or, part-time dealers who did shows and they never really took out no longer. They never really got rid of, everything, and so they still have a chunk of it somewhere. And, these deals exist all over the country. This is what places like Baseball Card Exchange or David Adams Card will, like, go across the country to buy from people, who have larger collections. So they do exist out there. I'm sure there are some locally. I know David Adams has actually come to my hometown here of Fargo, North Dakota in the past, several years. So clearly they found at least one prospect for that. Brett Beatty's doing really good this year in the minors. I'll take him out. But anyways, I don't really have a great, way to find these deals, and I've, thought about doing that. I'm also not really sure, I'm kind of a germaphobe, so I don't, I'm not really looking to go hang out with a bunch of strange people. Not that I frankly would be probably around them too long if I was just buying their cards, but anyways, I haven't been motivated enough to, figure out a way to source these deals, like buy a, big ad on the highway or something saying sell me your sports cards. But anyway, so this is just, I hope you guys, you're all kind of here because you want to listen to me ramble about stuff, so I'm here to deliver. I feel like I keep seeing that Bryson Stott is doing really well, but I have not confirmed that yet, so I think I pulled out some of his cards and not others. Anyway, so I don't have a opportunity to really buy a lot of older unopened, but man, if I did, I would probably be buying left and right, and like my whole house would be full with cases of this stuff. But so the other day I noticed, because I have, some saved searches on eBay for, like, I think cases of Topps, something like baseball or something, I think is the search. So it gives me a kind of search. I'll take out Jordan Groshans. It gives me like a search, kind of report every day or two. And sometimes I see something on there that's interesting, and I saw one seller selling two different things. Reed Detmers, isn't that the guy who threw the no-hitter? I think it is. So yeah, I saw a couple of cases come up that I thought they're not really things that I am that interested in, but they're like really the junkiest of junk wax. One was a case of 1990 Fleer baseball, and the other one was 88 Fleer baseball. And I'm not. I don't know. I don't want to pull these little things out because I just think they're a pain to, deal with. Given the fact that every other card I'm pulling out is regular size, I'm just gonna skip these. So yeah, I saw those two cases come up, and I'm like, you know what? I just wanna, like, if I can get these for a good deal, I'm gonna buy them just because. Why not, right? Sometimes I think you could probably turn a profit if you just get these cases and you have them wrapped as from a sealed case by Baseball Card Exchange, and get enough of a premium from that you can make some money off buying these total junk products, but anyways, I got outbid, although I feel like I was the underbidder on both cases. So there was someone out there crazy enough. And, I think basically both these cases, sold in the past for like $350 with shipping. Typically that's like, I don't know, $275 for the case, and then like $60 or $70. I think that's my that's like a water pump that goes to my refrigerator upstairs for an ice maker. I was like, what is that noise? Everything sounds like louder and a little bit different, Frank Robinson, when I have the headphones on that, are fed by the mic and the preamp that supports the mic, so I can hear everything so much more clearly when I have these headphones on. Anyway, so I thought, so I basically, these cases, which, sell for anywhere between like $325 and, $450 shipped, which I actually think is like kind of an insane price for how crappy. Take out Yachty and Reggie and Johnny. So my plan was to bid, a price that was basically like $300 for the cases with shipping, and the shipping was like $85 on both of them. So the bid price I ended up making was like $215, and here's a Pete Rose leaf set. I'm not gonna put all these Pete Roses in. Well, he's not in the Hall of Fame, so I guess he'd have no reason. But even if it were, I don't really want to put this many Pete Roses in, or cards of any player. They have a set that's like all of them. Alright, so I got outbid on these cases. It was kind of a bummer. I didn't really know what I was going to do with them if I won. But, I don't know, I thought it would be fun to make a play at them. Just because it's been a while. I'm taking out Lindor, taking out Alonso. So yeah, I don't know when the next opportunity I'll have. It used to be a lot easier to buy the kind of junk wax stuff. I would go to card shows, and there'd be one, maybe sometimes two dealers there that were selling that kind of thing. And usually, if they are selling that kind of stuff back, in 2018 or 19, they'd have a pretty strong interest in getting rid of like all of it in a lot. He's actually pretty good middle infielder for the Rays. Pretty. So yeah, that's where I got most of my stuff. A lot of my stuff I have like in the junk wax era, like mid to late 80s and then early 90s. Mostly baseball, some football, some hockey. I got from one of two places. One was at card shows, where I basically had the situation I just talked about, where you got somebody with a bunch of these things that want to kind of get rid of them on the cheap, so I got a deal. The other place that I've had luck in the past, I don't know if I'd have any luck today with this kind of thing, because the value of even the junk wax has gone up pretty significantly, so you probably have a lot of folks who didn't want to sell for very cheap. But what I did is I posted an ad on the Collectors Universe site, which is the company that owns PSA, and they have a discussion forum, and it's not very active, but it's a safe place for, a place where it's allowed to buy, sell, and trade unopened stuff. You cannot do that on Blowout's discussion forum, which is the most popular hobby discussion forum, but they do prohibit people from buying, selling, trading unopened stuff, business that they wouldn't be able, wouldn't have to like stop people from doing that. But so be it. It's their discussion forum. They can make the rules. So anyways, over on Collector's World, or Collector's Universe, discussion forums, you can buy, sell, and trade unopened. So I posted I made a post that, said, hey, I'm looking for junk wax, in bulk, and we'll cover your shipping. And so I think I got like maybe 2 deals from that, and one of them was pretty big. And I got a lot of pretty decent stuff from them. And this was probably back in maybe early 2019, late 2018. So that was back when junk wax boxes, were like $5 a piece. Maybe if it was an 89 Fleer, it was like $10. But, still good deals to be had. And this was pretty low demand stuff at the time. Now it's kind of a lot harder. And so that was the last of the monster boxes. So now I'm grateful to have that done, because I can put that thing away and clear off my table a little bit, because this project has taken over. So I got a lot of stuff. So I got, look at this. I got a whole. This is I don't know what this is, but a shoebox. I'm trying to figure out how many cards go in there. It's probably like 1,500 or so. I feel like each of these rows is about 600 cards, 700 maybe. So it's about 1,500 or a little less cards in there. And then that's another stack of stuff that I pulled. So I got all those. So what I have here, and I'm going to go through now a little bit, is a box of cards that basically I've pulled, as I've opened stuff. And these are, I have another box like this that's rookies and prospects, but this one is superstars, or I should not superstars, but stars, that I've pulled from, like when I open, boxes or packs. If I get a star, I'll put it in this box, and then these get sorted by team, and those create the monster boxes of star cards sorted by team, which I've gone through in the past. So anyways, these are going to be better cards of better players, if that makes sense. And I thought I could kind of throw these cards into the mix here, and these will be kind of the the hits, so to speak, of the packs. This is a unnumbered, but it's a not a fast break, fast pitch refractor or prism, fast pitch prism card of Bryce Harper V-Tool subset of Mosaic. Starling Marte, this is in here because it's a numbered card, number 250, and this is the kind of card I put, in my boxes that are sorted by team, so that I can easily find it. If Starling Marte goes on hits some kind of, big offensive spree, then I'll go look through my Marlins cards and, find cards of him. And so like Tatis is a guy who's a good enough player that he would have not been in any of those monster boxes I look to, because he's like a major star, and I would pull his stuff out to be sorted by team, and so that he ends up in this box. And I haven't sorted any of these by team just because it takes some time, and I don't get around to it that much. So now I'm using these for these repacks instead of sorting them by team. But that's a nice little card. And Carlos Correa is both a star and, in this case, a numbered card. So this is a nice hit that I'll put in the collection here. Number to 85. Devers. I have not been pulling base cards of Devers out. If I had some low-end rookies of him come up, I would have pulled those out. But this is a silver prism of his base mosaic, and it's not going to be numbered. But that's a card I'll pull out because that's a pretty, it's a decent card to have for a Devers collector, and he's, I would say a star at this point. I wouldn't say necessarily the biggest star, but he's definitely I think a brand name. So all right, Kirilov rookie debut. So I think he could go into this, as the rookie stuff. Byron Buxton. Funny, he was having a really good year and then kind of fell off the face of the earth, and this is going to be numbered as well. But I don't know. I just don't think he's a big enough star to put in, even though he's got a ton of potential. Javi Baez. This is not going to be numbered. It's a base fast pitch prism. But I'll pull that out because, he's not a guy I've been pulling out base cards of. But, a parallel like that, I think is worth putting in this stuff. Aaron Judge. Base Shohei Ohtani. Base Eloy Jimenez. Hard to know. I'm not going to pull him out just because I don't know. He's young, but I don't think fitting in the superstar category. Giancarlo Stanton certainly is. Strasburg, I think, is certainly a superstar, kind of long forgotten since the Nationals have taken a dump and don't seem to be doing right. This is a really nicely centered one, too. I haven't really looked at this, I don't think, that I can recall, but, maybe something gradable. So I'll put that in there. Seth Brown, I really don't know anything about Seth Brown and how he's done. 578th pick overall. This is a rookie card. I don't know if I knew more about him, and if he was still in the majors, I'd probably pull that out for the inclusion in the rookie product. So Guerrero base, Tatis base, Arenado black gold. Griffey's Hall of Famer. This is a nice refractor Ohtani, so that'll be a good hit for somebody. See over here, we got some old cards. Burley, Randy Johnson, Cal Ripken, Tom Glavine. So these guys. Burley is a rookie. But the rookies I'm going to put in my rookie and prospects product are all guys who are in the majors currently. I don't think Burley's playing anymore, but Randy Johnson, Cal Ripken Jr., Tom Glavine, Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, all Hall of Famers. This is a Jimmy Rollins rookie. Ken Griffey Jr., Hall of Famer. Rick Anderson, Hall of Famer. And we got some base. Diamond King, Soto, and Acuna Squires out of Diamond Kings, and a couple of cards. I don't think I'll pull because they're not really like mega stars. All right, Aaron Judge having a phenomenal year, leading all of majors in the home run category. Acuna, Tatis, Mike Trout. This is a parallel, so I'm going to take this out for sure. Soto, Vlad, Tatis, Acuna, Trout, Guerrero, all these guys. Cabrera I've been pulling, but this is a nice little, actually has some weird something happened on the edge here, but I'll pull him out. Acuna, Soto, Ohtani, Max Muncy does not get the nod. Here is a Trevor Story numbered. I don't know, he's kind of sucking this year, so Harper will pull out, Acuna, Aaron Judge, Soto. So, I mean, the guys that are going to be in this box are going to be a ton of Acuna, Soto, Ohtani, Judge. Mookie Betts, like the real big names, so that's going to be some nice stuff to include. Tim Anderson. And Devers we'll take out because that's a silver prism. Alright, I'm going to stop after this stack. I got but this is the next stack in this box, and I'll show you what I have left. I've got quite a bit left, so I might do that in my next video, or I might do that offline, but more Acuna, Garrett Cole definitely gets in there. Gleyber Torres I've not been including just because, I have high very high hopes for him, and he had 2 home runs actually the other day. Acuna base, Xander Bogaerts, I'm not pulling. So just a ton of Sotos and Acunas and Mookies here, and Tatis. Here's a nice numbered card for a Hall of Fame collection. Trout, Altuve I've been pulling. All these guys. No Xander. And then I pull like a lot of just parallel numbered cards for this box I'm looking through, but those do not make the cut for the repacks I'm doing. So there's a gold numbered. There's a vintage stock. Cunha, Fly Guy, Mookie, Bryce Harper, Victor Robles. This is not, I don't know what this is not a rookie. 2019 sounds like a second year card for him. It's numbered, but not a superstar by my definition, so I'm not going to pull him. Jeter will definitely get pulled for the Hall of Fame collections. Anyways, you see what I'm kind of after here, I hope. I'm hoping to kind of get all these sorted through and start making some packs for y'all to buy, and we can open some on the channel, or I'd be happy to ship them out so you can open them yourself. But I'm hoping these are going to be fun little products that are a lot better than anything you can get, I think, anywhere else. But we'll see when we get there. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch y'all later. You have a great